Hi, I was recently on a panel about anti-Semitism. It was basically hosted by an organization in Cleveland. It was Barry Weiss, the former New York Times columnist, and myself. And we were discussing some of the reasons for anti-Semitism and some of the ways to combat it. One of the points that I made, I'd like to make here in this context, because there were not a lot of people in that particular Zoom meeting. It was very exclusive. But in any case, one of the points that I made was that we should take some comfort in anti-Semitism. Not accepting it, I agree we should not accept it. And we should definitely fight it politically, economically, militarily, in every way we can. No question. Absolutely. I just want to make that very, very clear here. However, there is some comfort in it, which is the following. Sometimes we have to understand, why is it that so many disparate groups are anti-Semitic? The extreme left, rabidly anti-Semitic, attacking Israel at every opportunity, attacking Jews at every opportunity. And yes, there's no question that there's racism in America, but Black Lives Matter has adopted anti-Semitic stances, anti-Zionist stances. They espouse anti-Semitism. They talk about Jewish stores as being the face of capital, justifying looting, etc. Horrific stuff. It's become very mainstream. Jewish couple is attacked, slashed. They're on holiday, vacation. They're slashed. Doesn't even get press. So the extreme left, yes, there's hatred for Jews. The extreme right, of course, we're familiar with that. We know that from long time ago. Fascism, the extreme right, the Nazis, etc. Yes, hate Jews as well. But there's also Christians, whether it's the Baptist Conference, which which supports BDS, the boycott, divestment, and sanctioning of Israel, and there are Muslims who hate Israel. What is it that unites these people? Christians, Muslims, the extreme left, the extreme right. What is it about the Jews that attracts this hatred? What is it about Israel that attracts this hatred? I think the reason is the following. Again, I cannot say it's the reason, but I have a feeling that it is so. The rise of the Jewish people, the continued existence of the Jewish people, our return to our land, our revival of the Hebrew language, our clinging to our traditions, these are refutations of all the ideologies that I mentioned above. We do not fit into anyone's worldview. Christian worldview, which for most of history has been, which was slightly modified in the 60s by the Vatican, but replacement theology, that the church replaced the Jews, the 12 apostles replaced the 12 tribes, the church replaced the synagogue, the New Testament replaced the Old Testament, etc. If so, why are Jews still around? If so, why are we still clinging to Judaism? If so, how could we have returned to Israel, returned to the city of Jerusalem? We didn't accept Jesus, and yet we're still here. Not just here, but alive and kicking. From the Muslim perspective, the Quran says that indeed, because Jews rejected Muhammad, the Rasul Allah, the agent, the messenger of Allah, because of that, we are condemned to eternal humiliation, to be wretched, and to be dependent upon Muslims. But the fact of the matter is, it is not so. We are not humiliated, we are not wretched, we are not dependent upon Muslims, we're independent. It's very disturbing. It's a contradiction to their theology, it's a contradiction to their beliefs. The perspective of the extreme left, mostly atheist and agnostic, Jews don't fit into that picture. How do you explain the success of the Jewish people? And by the way, intersectionality, critical race theory, Jews are a contradiction. We have been oppressed, we have been discriminated against, we have been murdered, mass murder, etc. And yet we are successful. Not just successful, but incredibly successful. And not just successful individually, but also nationally. We created a state in the ashes of the Second World War. We've come to the United States, Jewish refugees, penniless refugees, and created amazing communities. And on an individual level, Jews are successful. It doesn't fit with the whole intersectionality, critical race theory, atheism. It doesn't fit. What's going on? It's disturbing. Jewish people are disturbed. Of course, the extreme right, the Jewish people are disturbing to them because we represent conscience and ethics. We represent the moral obligation, the ought. And the extreme right is power. That's it. As in the German national anthem, Deutschland über alles. Germany over everything. No, Jews represent a completely different view of the world. And so we are a contradiction. But I think all of those really should give us some level of optimism and should give us courage and belief in the future. Why? Because what these people are detecting is our success. What these people are detecting is our destiny. What these people are detecting is our impending redemption. And that disturbs them. But what disturbs them gives us hope and belief and courage. And what disturbs them, which is Jewish continuity, survival and success, should give us tremendous joy. And so, there was a historian, Arnold Toynbee, who debated Herzog, and fascinating debate. And Toynbee has a book, an 8-volume work on history of the world, and in that book he calls the Jews the fossils of history. So Abba Eban, once in an address to the students at Yeshiva University, Abba Eban said, he says, the fossils, not having read Toynbee's 8 volumes, are not aware of their own petrification. We continue to pursue our mission and our destiny because we are not fossils, we're not petrified, we're alive and kicking, and that disturbs many people, but should not disturb us. Have a wonderful Shabbat. This is Mordechai Becher with the Gateways Parshat Vlog.